Now, I don't normally start these videos like this, but I just really quickly want to cover one of the big WTF moments that I missed in the previous episode. And technically, these two episodes are two parts of a two-parter, so it kind of still works. But the plot synopsis for the previous episode, Hello Pomelo, reads: after winning his way to the final competition for the Orange League Winners Trophy, bearing in mind this one match Ash is having as we speak is the only competition for the Orange League Winners Trophy, victory seems like a long shot for Ash as the gym leader deploys a powerful Gengar that topples one of Ash's Pokemon after another. Thing is, in that last episode, Gengar didn't topple anything. Like, sure, we're moments away from finding out that technically Gengar and Lapras knocked each other out, but Gengar didn't knock out Tauros, it just confused it. It hasn't fainted. And Squirtle was returned to its Pokeball as soon as Gengar was sent out, so that hasn't fainted either. So this plot synopsis is full of shit. Surely the second part of this two-parter can't be that much worse, right? Get ready. Recapping the previous episode, the narrator says Ash finally arrived at Pomelo Stadium to challenge the reigning Orange League champion. The thing is, Drake isn't the Orange League champion, he's just the leader of the Orange crew, and I'm pretty sure there's a difference. Like, I'm pretty sure when Ash beats Drake, he doesn't then become the new leader of the Orange crew. Pokemon, learn your own stupid plot. It's embarrassing. The narrator refers to Drake as the undefeated Orange League trainer, but if he's undefeated, how are there a bunch of people already in the Orange League Hall of Fame? Surely they all had to defeat the leader of the Orange crew to get their names in there, right? Did they not defeat Drake? Is Drake a newbie to all of this? Drake, mate, it's a bit rich to be calling yourself undefeated if you've only had a couple of challenges.
Well, actually, Liam, I think you'll find in the previous episode the announcer did say Drake's Ditto had faced many challenges.
Let's face it though, these are the Orange Islands. He's probably just faced the same two garbage trainers over and over, and that doesn't count. It turns out that both Gengar and Lapras have indeed been knocked out by the explosion caused by the Ice Beam Nightshade combo. Now, let me tell you why that's Tauros poo. Lapras is a dual-type water and ice-type Pokemon, meaning it's 4 times resistant to ice-type attacks. So the Ice Beam part of the explosion would do bugger all damage to Lapras. Now, Nightshade deals guaranteed damage equal to the user's level, and as we'll find out, levels are very important and very canon in this episode. And it's absolutely impossible for Gengar to be at a high enough level to do anything more than 100 damage with Nightshade. Therefore, even combined, these two moves shouldn't have even tickled Lapras, let alone fainted it. Let's face it, Lapras took a dive to create more drama. Everything that happens in the Orange League is fake. Pass it on. Sorry, not fake. Predetermined. Don't upset the wrestling fans. When Ash returns Lapras to its Pokeball, its lower jaw is blue instead of beige. Now, I know I've mentioned this before, but man, Lapras's beard grows in really quickly. Direct quote from Ash to Lapras.
Lapras, you did great.
Lapras did great? What are you talking about, mate? It literally used Water Gun once and then effectively knocked itself out with its own Ice Beam. In what universe is that doing great? Same applies to Drake, telling his Gengar, "Good work, you earned a good rest." It confused Tauros and then knocked itself out. That's not good work. That's what confusion is supposed to make your opponent do. Christ, why is everyone lying to their Pokemon today? Jesse comments that Meowth is sitting around giving himself a manicure, and then we get this direct quote from Meowth.
For James, it'd be a manicure, but for me, it's a Meowthicure.
Oh my god. That might be the worst fucking joke I've ever actually heard. Is it too late to cancel this series? I can't see anything ever being as bad as that disgraceful attempt at a pun. Direct quote from Ash when Drake sends out Venusaur.
Venusaur's too strong for Bulbasaur, and Lapras needs a good rest.
Correction. Lapras has literally fainted mere moments ago. At this point, Lapras was never an option, so I don't know why you'd even consider it. Ash sends Tauros back out and suddenly it's no longer confused. So either the anime writers really don't know how confusion works, or Ash's Tauros just got really lucky. When Tauros tries to use Fissure, it fails because the new desert-themed battlefield is too sandy. Yeah, Fissure, a ground-type move, failed because the ground-type ground of the battleground had a bit too much ground. After Tauros avoids Venusaur's Solar Beam by launching Venusaur up into the air, we see Venusaur trying to hit Tauros with several Vine Whips, and Tauros running towards it, just to get caught in the Vine Whip anyway. Mate, perhaps you should have tried running the other way? You know, that way you wouldn't have been twatted by all those vines? Which reminds me, do me a favor, twat the like button, share this video on social media, and of course leave a lovely comment down below. And if you can't think of a lovely comment, leave something generic like
Venusaur? More like, your beans are warm, like as in they're still warm if you want to have your dinner now, or I can pop them in the microwave for later.
or just comment the name of the secret Pokemon I've hidden somewhere in the video. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications so you never miss an episode of Pokemon WTF Moments or anything on my channel. We're currently at 1.74 million subscribers. I know it doesn't look like that, but if you subscribe today, maybe YouTube will add the extra 0. And of course, don't forget to check out my Twitch streams, otherwise you'll miss moments like this.
No! Have I died? Not yet. Thank you! Oh! I forgot the other guy!
Drake's Venusaur is knocked out after 2 takedown attacks. Drake's Venusaur is a pussy bitch. Pass it on. I'm kinda gutted that by this point in the anime, Electabuzz's iconic cry has been whittled down to what is effectively an old man out in the cold. It's just not as good as... Hashtag bring back Electabuzz's proper cry, please. Please. Ash returns Tauros and sends out Bulbasaur to battle Electabuzz. Yep. That's the entire WTF moment right there.
Well, actually, Liam, given Ash's current team, surely Bulbasaur is the smartest option.
Yes, that's exactly why it's a WTF moment. This is Ash Ketchum we're talking about. Usually at times like this, he'd be super dumb and send out Squirtle or Charizard that are both weak to electric attacks. It's weird to see him battling so effectively. After Ash basically tells Bulbasaur it should have no issue against Electabuzz, we get this direct quote from Tracy.
I don't know, Ash. Don't forget you have to take level into account too, not just type.
There you go. Levels are still canon. So all the people who whinge at me for expecting the anime to follow the rules of the games can suck my dick from the back. Finally, Tracy says something useful. Better late than never, eh? Direct quote from the announcer after Electabuzz's Thundershock has barely any effect on Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur shakes off the shot. Ash's strategy is working perfectly.
Mate, what strategy? He literally just sent out Bulbasaur. That's it. He's not even given Bulbasaur any commands yet. Calm down, mate. So let me get this straight. After all this talk of Bulbasaur being the perfect option to face Electabuzz, and to be fair it should have been, and how Ash sending it out is such a great strategy, it gets beaten after a Thunder Shot and a Thunder Punch. Mate, Ash's Bulbasaur absolutely sucks. Confirmed. Direct quote from the announcer when Ash sends out Charizard.
A wise move as Ash sends out Charizard.
Let me stop you right there. We've already established that this Electabuzz is a high-level electric type Pokemon. So how is sending out a flying type against it a wise move? Anyway, carry on.
Charizard, the only fully evolved Pokemon in this plucky youngster's arsenal.
Mate, I hate to be that guy, but...
Well, actually, announcer, what about Lapras and Tauros?
Now I get it, they're standalone Pokemon, but technically they are as evolved as they're ever going to be, and therefore are fully evolved. So technically, Ash has 3 fully evolved Pokemon. Also, I'm just now realizing he absolutely should have swapped out Squirtle for Kingler, and I'm annoyed that he didn't do that. Ash says he hopes that Charizard's at a high enough level to beat Electabuzz. Now, whilst I'm over the moon that they are actually acknowledging levels, you'd think Ash's Pokedex would have a way to store information about Ash's specific Pokemon, like levels and stuff, wouldn't you? At this point, the Pokedex seems like it's nothing more than a really shit Kindle. Drake tells Electabuzz to use Thunder Attack. Hold on. What the hell is this Electabuzz moveset? Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch, and Thunder. Drake, mate, are you 9 years old or something? Teach it some different moves, lad. Like, even if you ran out of money for TMs when you bought Thunderbolt, you could have at least left it with Quick Attack and Light Screen. Ash tells Charizard to use Ember, and it clearly uses Fire Spin. It's good to see Charizard as disobedient as ever. As Charizard heads towards Electabuzz to use Seismic Toss, Drake tells Electabuzz to use Thunderbolt. But when Charizard grabs it, it just doesn't bother? I don't get it. Ash's Pikachu seems to be able to use Thunderbolt at any time and from seemingly any position. So why didn't Electabuzz just shock Charizard in midair? What, you're gonna tell me it lost its concentration? Pull the other one, mate, it's got bells on. The announcer says Charizard combines its offensive and defensive skills to toss Drake's Electabuzz right out of this match. Mate, what are you talking about? What defensive skills? Charizard missed a flamethrower, used Fire Spin, and then Seismic Toss. What part of any of that was was defensive. Give it up, lad, you're talking bollocks now. Pokemon, I love you, but why did you bother trying to make out that Drake's last Pokemon was some kind of big mystery before you cut to the ad break? Did you honestly think anyone at this point wouldn't know who Drake's last Pokemon was? Let's recap, shall we? In the last episode, we saw Dragonite statues everywhere. We also saw Drake training with his Dragonite and defeating Team Rocket. In the stadium itself, there is a giant Dragonite statue. And finally, the episode title is literally Enter the Dragonite. Seriously, did you really think anybody thought he might use something else? It's like watching an episode of WTF Moments and expecting me not to talk about GFuel! That's right, it's time to talk about GFuel once again, that wonderful energy formula with barely any calories and zero sugar and a whole heap of wonderful flavors like the wonder of Summit 1G that I'm trying today. Named after that guy who's big on that streaming thing, Summit 1G is like a raspberry creamsicle flavor, so it's a lovely raspberry flavor with a little hint of like vanilla ice cream flavor at the end, and oh, it's well up there as one of my faves. I really like this flavor. Oh, it's so like creamy and refreshing. It's really nice. And what's even better is you can use code ACE to save 10% on your GFuel order right now, which means you can save money whilst helping to support this wonderful channel and helping keep my dogs fed and my lights on and my fiance happy. And that's pretty banging, isn't it? Whether you're stocking up on your favorite flavors or picking up some new ones or even trying GFuel for the first time with a lovely starter pack and of course picking yourself up the GFuel Shaker, the official shaker of this channel, there's less than 1,000 left, so get them while they're there. Use code ACE when you do and save yourself 10% while supporting us. We really appreciate it. Remember though, GFuel is for over 18s only because children don't need caffeine. They're annoying enough as it is, and because it contains caffeine, just drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead. Oh wait, maybe Drake's final Pokemon is Tentacruel. Wow, Pokemon, way to throw us off the scent, you big geniuses. Wow, Drake's final Pokemon is Dragonite. What a surprise. Okay, we need to keep an eye on this situation because this Dragonite knows way more moves than it's supposed to. Can we have a Dragonite move counter on screen, please? Now we'll start with the Hyper Beam from yesterday. That's 1. And of course now Water Gun. That's 2. All good so far. Let's carry on. Oh wait, now here's Ice Beam. That's 3. And while we're here, give credit to Ash's Charizard. It's been hit by a Thunder Punch and a Thunder from Electabuzz and now a Water Gun from Dragonite and is still flying around fast enough to dodge Dragonite's Ice Beam. That's pretty boss, I've got to admit. Drake tells Dragonite to use Slam. Well, there you have it. We know Drake's Dragonite knows 4 moves. It knows Hyper Beam, Water Gun, Ice Beam, and Slam. It's impossible for it to know any more moves than that, so case closed, right? Of course not. Now it's fighting fire with fire, as Drake puts it. And by that, he means it's fighting Charizard's Dragon Rage with its own Dragon Rage. That brings our Dragonite move count to 5. Drake is a hacker. Confirmed. After both Dragon Rages hit their mark, Charizard fainting and Dragonite still standing really isn't as surprising as the show wants it to be. I mean, after all those super effective moves Ash's Charizard took, do you really think it had more than 40 hit points left? Not a chance. Dragonite, on the other hand, definitely. Of course it's still standing. Ash sends out Squirtle and hang on. Why didn't they change the field? The rules clearly stated that when either trainer defeats 3 of the other's Pokemon, the field would be changed. Lapras, Bulbasaur, and now Charizard have all been defeated. Doesn't that mean there should now be another field change? Answers on a postcard. Dragonite's Water Gun stops Squirtle's Hydro Pump dead in its tracks. Man, either this Dragonite's super OP or Ash's Squirtle is just absolute garbage if it's being rocked this hard by a not very effective Water Gun. Ash, mate, I am begging you, after this battle, please train your Pokemon. Something tells me you ain't gonna though. Oh, for God's sake. Now Dragonite knows Thunderbolt as well? That's 6 moves on the Dragonite counter now. We have ourselves a super hacker on our hands. Pass it on. Direct quote from Ash.
This can't be.
No, Ash, for once you're absolutely right. A Pokemon with 6 moves just shouldn't be possible. After Squirtle surprisingly gets back up after Dragonite's Thunderbolt, the announcer says,
Squirtle's still game, and folks, this is one tough turtle type.
Mate, I think the word you're looking for is a water type. Turtle types aren't a thing. The closest we've had to something like that is bird types. But that idea never really got off the ground, did it? Direct quote from Drake.
Go, Dragonite! Finish Squirtle off with a body slam!
Are you kidding me? Body slam too? Where's the counter? We're now at 7 moves on this goddamn Dragonite. Mate, this is an absolute joke. No wonder the Orange Islands is never taken seriously. Bunch of cheaters. Now, most people when counting Dragonite's moves never seem to count this move, but let me tell you, this is Dragon Tail. Now, before you type your comment, I don't care if Dragon Tail didn't come out until Generation 5. Let me walk you through the facts. Exhibit A, Dragonite Dragonite a Dragon-type Pokemon, literally classified in the Pokédex as the Dragon Pokemon. Struck Squirtle with its tail. That's Dragon Tail. Exhibit B. Even though Dragonite has been shown to be super quick and agile in this episode, outspeeding Ash's Charizard, it still got hit by Squirtle's bubble before it could use this move. That's because Dragon Tail has decreased priority, so Dragonite had to move last. Exhibit C. This definitely isn't Body Slam. Exhibit D. This unnamed move that involves Dragonite hitting Squirtle with its tail is the move that dealt the knockout blow and caused Squirtle to faint. If it's not Dragon Tail, are we just supposed to believe that Squirtle accidentally bumped into Dragonite's tail and knocked itself out? Of course not. This is Gen 1 Dragon Tail. Confirmed. Also, that brings our Dragonite move count up to 8 moves now. And I wish I could say that was the end of it. Team Rocket suddenly trapped Dragonite in a net, and Drake tells Dragonite, you know what to do, and so it just breaks out of the net using its wings. Ha! That's Wing Attack! I'm kidding, that's not Wing Attack. However, in the Japanese dub, instead of saying you know what to do, Drake specifically tells Dragonite to use Skull Bash. So whilst I usually go by the English dub for this series, this is clearly an example of the English writing team neglecting to mention a move, even though we all clearly see it happen. So Skull Bash makes 9 moves on Drake's Dragonite. Ash sends Tauros back out and tells Tauros to simply stand still while Drake's Dragonite uses Body Slam, which I might add, Drake tells Dragonite to use after telling it to use Agility.
Well, actually, Liam, I think you'll find Drake only says agility in the Japanese dub, whereas he simply says fly in the English dub.
Yeah, but at this point, for this episode, I've kind of set a precedent, haven't I? And technically, there's no real way to be sure if Drake was simply telling Dragonite to fly and then use Body Slam, or use the move fly and then switch to Body Slam. So whether it's agility like it is in Japan, or fly like it is in English, that's 10 moves on this goddamn Dragonite. Now, ignoring the sketchy strategy, where the sand from the arena helps Tauros cushion itself from the impact of the Body Slam, when I'm pretty sure a massive dragon landing on you would still hurt a lot regardless, Dragonite can clearly be seen here with its belly facing down, the position you'd expect it to be in if it was using Body Slam. So why in the next shot is its belly facing up? Pokemon, I know you're having a whale of a time with Dragonite's moveset today, but at least try and maintain some continuity. Drake tells Dragonite to use Thunder Attack. That's right, not Thunderbolt, Thunder. And that's not a mistake by Drake, as the announcer confirms the attack to be a, quote, full throttle thunder attack. Which means, ladies, gentlemen, gender fluid and non-binary friends, Drake's Dragonite officially knows 11 goddamn moves. Pokemon, that's ridiculous. That's more than 2.5 times the amount of moves any Pokemon is supposed to be able to know. Now look, I get that the writer of this episode, Atsuhiro Tomioka, has said that he gave Dragonite more moves than it's actually possible to make this Dragonite seem that much more unstoppable. But mate, 11 moves? Including one that won't exist for another 10 years after the English version of this episode airs? That's overkill, mate. You definitely overdid it. I'm just saying, maybe calm the fuck down, lad. Dragonite once again uses its tail to smash its opponent. I'm telling you, I don't care what any of you say in the comments. This is Dragon Tail, 100%. Drake calls for Dragonite to use Hyper Beam. Well, that's handy. No, because part of me wondered if including Hyper Beam in Dragonite's move count was maybe a little bit cheeky, because technically it hadn't used it so far during this battle and therefore could have forgotten it before this battle took place. But nope, it's right there. Dragonite still knows Hyper Beam. Therefore, Dragonite definitely knows 11 moves. Confirmed. After dodging Hyper Beam simply by jumping, I guess it learned that from watching Gengar, Ash's Pikachu uses Thunder and knocks out Dragonite, meaning Ash Ketchum has officially won a league. What the fuck? Not a proper league, mind you, but I guess at least he's won something people keep calling a league. Drake hands Ash the Orange League trophy. Now, I don't want to be picky, bit of a crummy trophy really, doesn't even have an orange on it. As the episode ends, we get this direct quote from Ash.
Wait till Brock hears about this!
Hell yeah, that's Pokemon's way of telling us we're getting Brock back soon. And it's about time too. Wait, do you know what else that means? We're finally gonna be rid of Tracy! Oh, after what feels like an eternity. Wow, dreams really do come true, don't they? So those are my WTF moments of Pokemon Season 2, Episode 32, Enter the Dragonite. Let me know your favorites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head to twitch.tv/AceTrinilium for all of my live streams and use code ACE for money off GFuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trinilium. Keep on training.